Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the flight deck. We're back in Japan. It's an early morning here, and we're making the first flight out of Miyazaki, and we're heading down to Amami, which is in the islands that stretch south. So we're leaving the last of the 5 main islands and heading into the chain that stretches down into the Central Pacific. So it's going to be a nice flight. Mostly over water, passing by some islands, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of a sunrise at landing, but we'll have to see. Flying along today is Kevin. That's him over there in the ASL ATR72-600 by the looks of it. And let's get ourselves up and ready to go. We are on VATSIM as normal. No ATC, unfortunately, but we'll see if there's any other aircraft in the area. So let's hop in, and we'll get ourselves up and ready to go. There we go. Into the ATR. We'll come down here and do our cockpit preparations. And that will make sure the brakes are set and we're good there. Gear lever is set and confirmed down. Parking brake is on. We'll pop up top. Alright, battery is coming on. External power is already plugged in. We'll turn it on. There we go. We're going to put our logo and nav lights on. And we'll get the dome on as well so we can get our work done inside the cockpit. So everything's looking good. We're down here at the far end where there's no stand, so they'll be busting the passengers out. And we can get them going right now. Actually, no, we won't. They have decided that we are not properly parked. That's fine. We can work around that. Let me just go into here and change something up. We'll let PAX take care of it. There we go. So the passengers are now coming on board. And we'll carry on getting set up. So squib test. Engine 1 is good. Fault is good. And fire test is good. We'll come over for engine 2. Squib. Fault and fire test is good. We don't want to pull those. Make sure of that. Popping down, we see our gust lock is on. Prop brake is off. We're going to start here and then taxi straight out, so we're not going to be doing a hotel start. We'll get our signs on, and emergency exit lights are all armed. Windshield anti-ice will come on now as well. Alright, while they're loading up, we can come down and start setting up the aircraft. So down to the FMS. Yeah, squids. I got squids in my engine. I've even got a button to release the squid. Alright, over to our position initialization. We'll grab our GPS and fire it in. There we go. All good there. And we can come over to our nav data, confirm it is out of date, but we don't seem to be able to change that. Kevin, have you heard about a way to change that? I haven't found anything. Anyway, let's get into our route here. We are flying today from Miyazaki to Amami, which is Romeo, Juliet, Foxtrot, Mike, and we're heading to Romeo, Juliet, which is all the Japanese airports, Kilo Alpha, and we'll pop that in there. Squid bomber. Alright, that is in. We'll execute that. That is looking good on the FMS. Alright, so we're going to put our identifier in. It is uniform Kilo Victor 5556. And we are good there. So into the flight plan. We are going to be departing from here. Let me just grab the weather. Grab the most recent update. We got a little bit of cloud cover coming in, but it's not too bad. It's fairly high for us. So you can see winds are 300 at 10 kilometers of visibility. There's scattered cloud, broken layer, and then an overcast layer at 5,000. Currently 8 degrees, 1019 in the QNH. So we're going to be departing off of runway 27. Select that, and we're going to be doing the Jackie 1 departure. So that is all entered in. Oh, now it's picking up the VOR. That was interesting. So after Jackie, let me just pull up my flight plan so I can see where we're headed. So after Jackie, we're going to take the Bravo 597 Airway. There we go. And we're going to be flying from Jackie. We're going to Tomgi. So these are all points we'll be flying through. We'll go to the next page. There's Tomgi. And we will execute that. Now if we return, there's all our points we'll be flying through. From Tomgi, we're going to be doing the Arnav Zulu runway 21 from Tomgi, as the weather currently down in Amami is winds 6 knots 180, and not expected to really change. So we'll come in here at RJKA, our destination. We are going to do the Arnav Zulu runway 21, and we're going in at Tomgi, and we will
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you.
let's take a look and
If
see
you
if
have
that
any
is
trouble or
done.
need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know, and we would be happy to help you. If the overhead
Yep.
bin is full,
Tomgi
after you
in
put your
more,
carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to
Haba,
other passengers.
and then we
Once all your
are,
items are put away, please clear the aisle.
and that's
down
our
your seat
missed
to
approach
allow other
point. So that is
passengers to
all
find
in
their
nicely
seats as
there
well.
now.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Feel free to use your cell
Alright, so
phone
we have
during
our
the
route
boarding
in.
process,
We
but
can come
do
over
ask
to
that
our
laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices
weight.
are stowed once you
Zero
depart
fuel
the
weight
seat.
for today's
Thank you,
flight
and welcome aboard.
is going to be 18,254 of your standard kilograms, and we're going to be taking 2,153 kilos of fuel. We're expected to burn 821, and our reserve is going to be 395. There's our trim numbers, and we are good there. And our performance initialization. Today we're going up to 18,000 feet. And our alternate for today's flight is, looks like it's Okinawa. Romeo Oscar Alpha Hotel. So that we're down in the Okinawa area with the O's. And to get there, we'll go at 10,000 feet. And that is in. And units are all good and set. We can come over to our VNAV. That is good. Performance page. Transition altitude here, I believe it should be 14,000 feet. Let me just check. It is 14,000 feet. Alright, so we're all set up. There's our information page, and Roger can go over to the flight plan there. Clear the caution, and we are still loading in the back. So we can pop up top, go through the rest of the stuff we're going to have to do. Crew oxygen can come on. We'll turn on the pitot heats. Make sure the compartment is good. Ground power is on. We'll do our engine starts and then disconnect ground power. Alright, and everything else is looking good. Come over to the aircraft now. We can close the cargo door. Cargo is all on board. You can see our V1 is 108. We have a rotation of 108 and a minimum climb out of 111. We're going to rotate it about 110. I find that's a nice number. Gets us up very nicely. We'll come down now for the radios and nav aids. We'll put the Miyazaki VOR in. Let's do it this way. Alright, we'll come over to our nav aid. So we're going to want 1124. We'll enter there and switch that over. That is now in hard-coded for the Miyazaki VOR. It's on 1 actually. We'll put 2 up there anyway. And that is in, so you can see it pointing off to VOR 1. ADF we do not need. I'm going to go terrain on my side, and traffic above is good. We'll come over to the transponder. We're going to do the non-North American 1000 for IFR aircraft, and we're on standby there. And I'm going to put that over here just to remind me to turn it on. And for comms, radio number 1 will go to the Unicom channel, 112.8. Dial that in properly first. 112.8. Enter. Come on. 112.8. Enter. Let's do it the right way. 122.8. Brain freeze there for a second. And 121.5
We're on your time now.
will go into COM 2.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 5556.
There we go. So that is set up there.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 11 minutes.
We're going to change our
Please note
screen.
the cabin door is now closed.
And we got
We
our
ask that
10
you
miles.
Make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and
And we are
stowed.
good.
If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify
So
it's
everybody's
low and tight
here on
across your lap.
board. We'll
Your
pull
turntable
the
seatbelt
tail
must be in the full upright
prop
and locked position
support
for departure.
and
Cabin crew,
close the
prepare
main
doors for
doors.
departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
Quick outside check. Everything is clear. And we look like we are good for engine start. Let's do a radio check. Miyazaki Terminal, Skyways 5556, radio check.
What's up, Heavy? Contact 1 there.
5x5 as well.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's get the wing lights and the beacon lights on. We'll let them know we're about to start up. Kevin's over there. We're going to be going off for runway 27, which means we're going to be taxiing down to the... Which way are we going? End of the runway, which is actually that way, down by the water. And we're going to head off inland, and then we're going to loop back over the airport and head out to our first nav point, which is out over the water. So we're good to start engine number 2. Everything is on. We're faulting off the generators, and that is looking good. So, engine number 2, fuel pump is now on. Beacons are on. Wing lights are on. We're going to go start AB. Miyazaki area traffic, Skyways 5556, stand 1.5. We're starting on the stand. Miyazaki. And starting engine number 2. And we'll add fuel. Turbine rotation. Hey, Brad. How are you today? Happy Friday. Alright, sounds like we got a good engine start off of engine number 2. So we're going to start engine number 1. We're going to turn the fuel pump on. Starter is already set to AB. We're going to hit start on engine number 1.
Your nearest exit may be behind you.
Take a look here. We can kind of see back a little bit. And we'll add the fuel.
Cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you.
We're starting to see prop rotation.
Security elastic band behind the head and tighten the straps if necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Oxygen is flowing to the mask and you can breathe normally.
Alright,
If you're traveling
see
with
the
children,
engines coming
now's
up.
the time to pick your favorite one. But secure your mask and then assist others.
And everything
Keep your
is
mask on
looking good.
until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water
Alright, with everything up and running and brakes are confirmed, they can remove the wheel chocks.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head.
Ground
Wrap the
power
straps
is now
around your
off
waist and buckle at the front.
and
Pull the strap
disconnected.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Alright, bringing the engines up
If your life vest does
into
not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual
auto
inflation.
condition.
This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat,
There we
put
go.
your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law.
Now, we'll adjust in a second for the lights there. We'll need a little bit of power to bring those off.
Let us know if you have
We're
any
going to
questions.
switch over our
Flying with us, and we
screens.
hope you enjoy your flight.
And we're going to give 20. Alright, we're going to edge the power up slightly. Until we get rid of the no hydraulics and no power. There we go. Dome lights are off. And I think we are ready for taxi. So taxi light will come on. Miyazaki area traffic. Skyways 5556 taxiing runway 27 via apron Sierra Papa 4, Sierra Papa 5, Sierra Papa 6, holding short Sierra 7. Alright, manual brakes are on. Parking brake is released. And away we go. Sure, we can tell we've still got power as long as we have our taxi light. It'll go dark if we lose watching our engine power here. We don't want to be too fast. So quick look up top. Everything seems to be looking good. We'll do a final check before we go. Looks like all our systems are up and running properly. Your prop brake stuck on. Did you do the little auxiliary pump there to pump some pressure up into the system to release it? Give it about 5 pushes, and that should give you enough hydraulics to release the prop brake. It's because it's not spinning, you don't have enough hydraulic pressure. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing.
Alright, so as we taxi down, we're going to go flaps 1 for takeoff. And we're going to... Oh, no luck, really? Oh, that's not good. 1019 is our barrow.
The cabin is ready.
Cabin's ready to go. 1019, we'll get that dialed in. There we go. And we are set and cross-checked. And in the standby as well. So the engines are all looking good. As we taxi down, engine start switch can come off. Probes heats and pitot heats are all on. AC power is good. AC electrical, DC electrical are all good. And we add in our altitude before we forget, like I did last time. Going to 18,000 feet. Kevin, maybe you want to cheat it and go to a ready for taxi state or something? Alright, so we're 18,000 feet. We're going to be probably going on a vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute when we come out. And we will go into LNAV. That's when we put on the autopilot to help us get that initial climb. Okay. So there's the airport. Again, it's a coastal airport, and we're coming down to the water. Can't come back too far on the engines or we lose hydraulics, so that means we lose brakes. So we gotta kind of keep that power up a little bit. So we'll work our way around the corner here. All the airports that we're flying to in Japan, most of them anyway, we've been able to download scenery from flightsim.to, which makes them all look a little bit unique and adds in some nice features like the seawall here. Here we are coming around the corner. Look how it says Alpha on the charts, it says Sierra 7. It's all good. We'll come to a stop and do our final checks. Alright, so pre-departure checks. Takeoff configuration. We'll come down here and hit the TO config. TO config says no. Oh, gust lock was still on. No. Still says no.
Contact 1 minute after 3 with 245 to 7.
We are in auto mode. We're up there. Everything is good here. I'm not sure if it's because my lights aren't on. Let's fire them on. Trim? Oh, trim. Me and that damn trim. .1, let's do it. Hey, there's Kevin, my little onboard advisor. Okay, takeoff configure, set peril management. We are set to takeoff. Speeds, we are set. 136 is the initial for the speed, but we're going vertical speed on our very initial, and 18,000 feet is set. FCP, again, good. Nav data is good. Radios are set. Sounds like Kevin's taxiing, so he got everything up and running. Fuel quantities are good. We've used 10 kilograms per engine so far. Annunciator lights are good. So strobes are on. Taxi light is on. Landing lights are on. Transponder is now on. Auto torque is set to both on both engines. Runway is confirmed, runway 27, and it's just the clock. We'll hit the clock now because she doesn't start until we're actually wheels up. Miyazaki area traffic, Skyways 5556, take a position, runway 27. So we're going to roll out, stop, and we'll bring the engines up to power since it's, I have to look at them to bring them up to power because there's no feeling for when that you are there. We don't go full power. Here comes Kevin, I can see him there. So we're going to be departing off of this way. We're going to should be making a right-hand turn out, looping around the airport and then heading out over the bay. Take a quick look. There is nobody else in the area that we have to worry about. Alright, it's a little bit of power here. Get ourselves out to the center of the runway. It's 8,000 feet, more than we need, but it's good to use the whole thing. I'm gonna say it's better to have runway in front of you than runway behind you. You never have too much fuel when you're in the air still. All that good stuff. There we are. We are now set. And we are good to go. So we're gonna bring the engines up to notch. Both engines are now in notch. We will clear the checklist sheet and we are ready to go. Miyazaki traffic, Skyways 5556, departing runway 27 on the Jackie 1 departure. Miyazaki. Alright, brakes are released. Just making sure I can get to the autopilot when I need to. 60 knots. Got a little bit of wind coming out of the right, so we'll correct for that. 90 knots. 100. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot on, yaw damper on, or go to 1,000 feet per minute. We are good. So gear is confirmed up. We're in our turn now. There's 150 flaps will come up. Power management will go to climb mode. Autopilot and yaw damper are on. We're on vertical speed, 1,000 feet per minute. Annunciator lights are good. We're doing our little pattern here over the field. set to IAS mode now, and we're going to set 170 for our climb rate. Flaps are confirmed retracted.
Next step comes this 1 minute, holding short at 1.07, room 27, we're taking position in the outbound on the Jackie manufacturer.
There's our turn. And we're going to be heading out over the bay. Should see the airport in a minute. There it is, right there on the coast. I can just make out Kevin's lights flashing at the end of the runway there. It's supposed to be a right-hand turn as we loop around, but that's fine. And we're going to head out to intercept our course. There's us through 2,500 feet. Alright, so the logo lights can come off, wing lights and taxi lights will come off. Looks like Kevin's rolling. And we're starting our turn onto our line here. Yeah, I kind of saw that and went, huh? Alright, got a 1,200 foot per minute climb going. Again, these are not performance aircraft, they're little regional turboprops.
900 foot on the Jackie manufacturer.
So they get there eventually. There we go, there's our 80 miles. It's 4,000 feet. So as we're climbing out, just a reminder, we are back this weekend. We'll be continuing our tour of Canada, leaving Goose Bay tomorrow at 1400 Zulu, heading down to St. John's, Newfoundland. On Sunday, we're carrying on. We have 3 more legs in our Formula One support for 2023 series. We'll be flying from Las Vegas to Edinburgh, Scotland. And that will be on Sunday. Sundays will be split stream, obviously, with a length of flight like that. I think it's 9.5 hours. And then we're back on Monday with our regular schedule, back here in Japan again. If you like what we do and you want to support, consider subscribing. Hit the bell notification to know when we go live, though we're on a pretty regular schedule. And leave a comment if you want. We're more than able to answer any questions you have. On that note, come over to the Discord. Plenty of people there can offer support. You can also find out what one we're flying, as we do fly community flights, and these flights are all open to everybody. So if you want to fly along and come with us, as Kevin is doing today, and some others, Nick and Dark and Brian and Scott, and some of the other guys have all done in the past, you're more than welcome to come along and fly along with us. You can find out all the information on the Discord, what we're flying, when and where, and whether it's multiplayer or VATSIM. Today's flight is on VATSIM, but because it's like 4 in the morning in Japan, not many controllers are up at this time of day. If you also want to help the channel with aircraft and custom airports and all that type of stuff, you can always join the channel. Get a little snazzy little icon beside your name. Custom emojis are available, and working on some other things, members only streams, early access to videos, stuff like that. And it does help the channel keep us going. So if you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to. Hit the join button, you can see what the perks are as they stand right now. Alright, we're through 7,000 feet, still climbing out. We're heading out over the water. As mentioned, we're heading to some of the other smaller islands south of the main area, so we're going to be passing over a couple of them as we head south. But it is going to take a bit. Scheduled flight time for today's flight is set for 1 hour and 11 minutes. It was 1:40 block to block. We'll see where we wind out as we go. Unfortunately, on these commuter flights, there is no in-flight entertainment, but there is some drinks and snacks available, which the lovely cabin crew will get for you once we're up and going. More into the cruise portion of the flight. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of sunrise on the horizon today. We continue to head south and days are getting longer, so maybe we'll be able to get one. We've only got a couple more to go. Let me just do a check. Yeah, 3 more flights after this for this series, and that will take us to the southernmost airport on the Japanese islands. Quite the nice adventure. We've seen a few nice sunrises, and then we had a bit of a break with Christmas and everything, and I think it's put us into the dark period. It's 10,000 feet coming up. Still got the main lights on. Seem to be coming up above the clouds. New pop over here and let's get the weather radar up just in case. See if it picks up anything. There's Kevin behind us. Got him on the TCAS there now. Alright, and there is 10,000 feet. So the landing lights can come off. We'll release the seat belts. People can get up and move around. And it looks like...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory.
Alright, we don't know how long PAX is going to last, as I can't get in and access anything on it, so it may crash on us. We'll see. Not a big thing, but it is annoying if it does do that. And we're just about at Jackie here, where we're going to make our turn and start heading to the southwest. And we're through 11,000 feet, still climbing at 900 feet per minute. 3 miles to go. We'll make our last call there as we exit the Miyazaki outer airspace. There's the turn. Miyazaki area traffic, Skyways 5556 overhead, Jackie climbing through 11,500. Departing the area to the southwest. Last call for Miyazaki area traffic. Alright, so the lights are all off except for beacon, nav, and strobe. Seatbelt signs have been pulled. go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's switch that over to normal for traffic mode, and open the VORs, and you can go back to auto tuning. Now we do have a VOR down at Amami. It's 115.5. It's not located at the airfield. It actually looks like it's on a hill about 10, 12 miles away. We do have one on the airfield though. That's another one, 113.95. Seems to be right beside the runway, so that'll be a good one for distance to the airfield. So I think we're going to tune that one in. So we'll go into our nav mode. We'll do it on nav 2. Punch it in as 11. I zoomed out now, can't see it. 11395. It's now in, and we'll hard code that one in. So that will give us our range to the airport when we finally start picking up, and we'll use VOR 1 as our auto tune.
Jackie, flight number 142, final call Miyazaki.
Okay, no weather on the weather radar, looking good. We'll actually come in here as well. We go over to nav mode, bring the weather up on that side, a little bit of terrain on that side, and then we'll hold that until we're descending, and then we'll put the terrain back on over here. Engines are looking good, and fuel used. Now one bug I did find, and I mentioned this to Kevin the other day, fuel on board does not decrease. It should be.
Driver 5556, contact 1 that area. Just wondering, what's your current distance, Jackie?
Sorry, were you asking for current distance from Jackie?
Yes, sir, for contact 1 that area.
Not exactly sure, but I'm 14.4 to Queen.
Roger, fantastic, thank you very much.
Yeah, so it does show the fuel used, 120 kilograms per engine at the moment, but it does not, the fuel on board isn't going down an equivalent amount, so that's a little annoying. It should be. We're still climbing out. We're through transition, so we will go to standard pressure. And it's set on both sides. And we're going up to 18,000 feet, so we got 3,000 to go. We're down to 700 feet per minute on our climb. And we got the screens here on the side blocking slightly, but looking like a very nice night with minimal clouds. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. And there's, oh, you can make out Kevin's lights off in the back there. I do have name tags turned off, but you can see his lights back there. Everything is looking good. First Officer Molly is doing a lot better. She's currently splayed out on the floor behind me. bit of a headwind here on about a 20-25 degree angle. So it's going to be slowing us down. Our ground speed's only 188. So Kevin, your engine restart, that fixed the prop brake issue? It's nice 21 degrees in the back. So down here, I don't know if you'll see it. If you miss on the ET here, you got a flight time indicator here, 17 minutes, and the UTC time as well is showing there, which is correct. So that's pretty good. 1,000 to go. Well, it is a hydraulic system, so turning on the hydraulics would do it. But that's what the little button here is here for before you start up the engines. You add that, and that's hydraulic. And I always do it when I release it as well. Give it 5 shots on there and then release the prop brake. Because usually the AC wild and hydraulics aren't up to speed, so it's not producing enough power or brake or hydraulic pressure. And that's us through Queen. We're now heading to Joker. I've never had it release itself. I've always had to do the manual push on the button to get enough hydraulic pressure. Come on, Molly, lie down. I know you're hearing things out there, but lie down for now. Alright, so there's 18,000 feet. We're starting to accelerate. We're going to go into our cruise power setting. That should bring our speed up a little bit. Now we're just going to burn through some miles here. We've got about 188 miles to go. Now, not sure. So our top of descent is around Rurik. So that's about 140 miles away. So
in a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service.
We're going to be passing by some islands around here. Then we've got a long overwater stretch as we head down to our destination.
Please note that we only accept credit cards.
So we should see the islands come in over here as we come close to them, and then we'll be back out over the water for a bit. Never got this far when I visited Japan. I thought the furthest south I got was Hiroshima, which we flew into. Took the train there from Tokyo. So, saying we should burn 821 en route. So we've got plenty of fuel on board. There's 202 knots. We got a ground speed of 234. We're looking at about a 35 degree right hand nose wind of 43 knots. Not sure what the component would work out to for that. But we're looking good. So we've got Kevin's lights behind us. So that's eastwards. This is where we should see the sky starting to lighten up. Off in this direction. We'll see. Got a waning moon. It's quartering. But we're looking good. We're back 2024. Hope everyone's had a good start to their new year. We're going to see this aircraft again. It's going to be parked for a little bit once we finish the series, but I have plans to fly in a different livery in a different part of the world, but we'll be back in it. I do like it. It's fun for shorter flights, more regional stuff. See if they've got anything new in the music selection area here. I want to go to here. Of course, I can't hear this stuff once it's going, but adds a bit of background. How this sounds. Just going to shut off my mic a minute while I check. Some music there. We'll just leave that going. Maybe. We'll know in about 20 minutes. We could be seeing a little bit of a lightning there. We'll soon see. There's a nice moon glow on the water down below my tail there, and then here's the first of the islands coming up. This is the Nakatani VOR, so the airport might be the Nakatani Island. There it is there, coming in. I'm not sure, but as you can see some of the roads and everything down there. So we're basically there's a VOR in the center of the island. We're gonna fly to it and then turn a little bit more southwards, kind of down the spine of the island. Yeah, we have left the mainland and we are heading out over the string of islands that head southwards. Let me just check what the local time in Japan is. So it's 5:26 a.m. in Japan. And the sunrise is expected to be 6:51. It's about an hour and a half. Now, this is in Tokyo. We are further south, so that's going to be earlier, based on how far south we are. So, could we sing it? Yeah, we could get the pre-dawn, pre-morning sunrise and all that stuff. We might not see the actual sun, but we'll definitely probably see the horizon getting lighter and all that good stuff. Alright, so we're almost at the Nakatani VOR. And the airport is known as Tanegashima. That may be the name of the island. I think I'm going to bring up a map. Let's see if I can get the actual island names. There's another little island that's going to pass to our right. That's Yakushima Island. This may be called, Tanegashima. Not 100% sure on that. There's our turn. See, we're now going to fly down the length of the island. little bit of lightening up on the horizon over there. Yeah, and from here, after this, we're basically out over the water as we head down towards Amami Oshima. I believe that's the name of the island. And the airport is up on the northern end, near the Kagoshima Prefecture Amami Park and the Tomori Beach. That should be a nice arrival coming in there. Hey, Lemon Wolf, how you doing? Molly is doing much better. She's kind of sleeping on the floor behind me right now. Everything is well. The test results we sent away were negative, so she's doing very good. Thanks for asking. We are streaming tomorrow. It'll be 1400 Zulu. We're flying from Goose Bay, Labrador to St. John's, Newfoundland. And well, I'm flying 737-700. I think Kevin will be in a 737-600 as we make that flight. So 1400 Zulu tomorrow. And then Sunday we are up at 1400 Zulu. I'll be in the 747 freighter. Not sure what Kevin's flying. Either the A330 or the A300, not sure. But we're flying a 9.5 hour flight from Las Vegas to Edinburgh. That is the plan. So there you can see on Roger's side, that's the other island I mentioned, Yakushima Island. And once we leave the tip of this one here, it's nothing but water until our destination. So it's looking good. Water top of descent is now showing up, about 78 miles away. And let's get this over here. We are cruising along nicely. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you there. Tomorrow is on VATSIM. It's at the flight in Canada. The Sunday flight in the freighters is multiplayer on the Northern Europe server. Let's take another peek outside. Still got Kevin behind us. You can see him there. And yeah, it looks like there's a faint light on the horizon. But as per normal, we are first flight out. There's the other island over there, Yakushima, and that little bit of cloud cover that we have down below us. Okay, we're picking up the VOR at the airport. Just zoom in a little bit here. The VOR2 is the one we tuned into the airport VOR. 126 miles out. Here's our top of descent coming up just past Rurik. So we are looking good as we come in. Up as well. Yeah, everything is looking very good. And Kevin is about 11 miles behind us. And looks like he went all the way up to 20,000 feet. Alright, so let's start getting our preparation done for our arrival. current weather, I will grab no clouds, which is very nice to see. So current weather is at 200 Zoo, so 34 minutes ago, auto reporting. Winds are 19 or 0 at 9. We're going to keep with our arrival onto runway 21. 10 kilometers of visibility, no clouds detected. It's 16 degrees. You can see how much warmer it's getting as we get south. 16 degrees currently, and 1091 is our barrel. Or 1019. 191. So that is all working very nicely. Not sure what it's showing. Transponder on. And then TCAS auto. And watch it, it's stuck on above. It should be on. On normal. There's below. There's normal. Huh, interesting. Well, maybe his was on normal. That's all good. Oh, okay, so with the weather information we have, we're going to stick with the RNAV Zulu runway 21. It's going to be pretty much a straight in approach. As the course we're on links in with the RNAV, which is almost a straight shot. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm changing up the way we're running flights this year. We're running off the last 3 series that are going. Our tour of Japan, our tour of the U.S. capitals, and our tour of Canada. Once they're done, we're just going to run one series at a time so we can concentrate on the aircraft. I was starting to get a little bit confused here and there as jumping between them, and like you said, you forget you don't do something at a certain time and bang, you lose it. So when those 3 series are done and we wrap them up, our first Monday to Friday series is going to be in the DC-6. So we're going to be flying from England down to the bottom of Africa in the DC-6. So that should be a good series running there. And it will be fun. Will be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that. And then got a few other series coming up, different aircraft. Some I'm not that familiar with, so that's why I'm definitely trying to run them as a block, so get the repetition in and get used to it. But the next 3 series are all prop aircraft. So we're looking at the DC-6, we're looking at the DHC-4 Caribou, and looking at the C-160 Transal. So it's going to be some interesting flights around the world with those. And all on VATSIM too, so that should be interesting. A beautiful early morning here in Japan. We got first flight out of Miyazaki. It'll be the first flight into Amami as well. Hey, you put those 2 in the right order. Usually it flips them and you get the second half of the message first. Alright, so we're on to Rurik, so we're going to enter in our other information here as we head in. We're going to want an intercept altitude, or not an intercept altitude, we're not intercepting the ILS. We're going to put our minimums for our descent in down to our minimums, which is going to be 600 feet. So that's what we're going to dial in for our altitude, which is going to come up. So we'll start dialing that in. And we're going to bring that down to 600 feet. That's when we're going to abandon the approach if we have to. But it'll allow the aircraft to get all the way down. We'll probably come off before that, because that is, well, it's going to be 500 feet above the ground, but we'll probably be on manual by then. So flight level 6, so 600 feet is set. Now for our minimums, again, we're going to do that over here. We're going to switch to MDA. So instead of a decision height, it's the minimum descent altitude, and that is going to be the same on both sides. And we are going to set that at 600. Actually, it's the same as the let's go decision height, because that's what it says for the LNAV VNAV. If we were just doing the LNAV, it says it's an MDA. So decision height, we'll put in 600 feet. See if it puts it in on the other side. Have I tried that frame gen improvement? Which one? Kevin's been trying a couple things. Are you talking about the one that does the dynamic LOD? I haven't tried it. Kevin has. So we're just going to hold this while it clicks up to 600 feet. And we're now 39 miles to top of descent. It's one reason I like MDA better. It goes by tens. So this kind of takes 10 times as long. It's 500 feet. .600 feet on the decision height is set. All right. No, not that one. Frame generation is another thing. Can you put a link in the Discord just so I can go take a look at it? I haven't tried it. I do think this spring I'm gonna have to at some point take my system in. I want to go up to a 3070 card, and I need to bump my C drive up. I'm running out of space. So anything that can help at the moment would be great. So once we're through Rurik, we're gonna make sure we go into a VNAV. So we'll be flying down on the path. We're also going to pull back on the throttles to try to maintain a 200 knot descent speed as we head downwards. All right, so the missed approach, we're going to climb to Kilo Alpha 150, turn right to Cora, hold at 3,500 feet. So 3,500 feet is going to be our missed approach altitude. And that's already in because I can see the Cora information there. Well, when I bought this computer, the 300s were just about to come out, but hadn't come out yet and were delayed. So when I had this computer built just for the sim, the 280 Super was kind of the only ones they had available. So, but that's, you know, that was in August of 2020. So now I want to up it. And if you go to the I think the 370 is the best priced one. If you go to the 380, they go from like $800 to $2,000. So we'll stick with the 370 and that'll keep this system going for a few more years. Plus the bigger C drive. I got a 1 terabyte and I gotta get a 4 in there, clone over the main one, and then we'll just keep going from there. Not really seeing much on the horizon. There's Kevin. It is a super good card, but it's dated now. And I mean, it's done great. My computer's pretty good. It was fairly top of the line when I put it together. And on that 280, I'm running 2 monitors. One of them has all my streaming stuff, my VATSIM stuff, my Navigraph charts, all that stuff on it. And then my main one, which is a 36-inch 4K monitor, it's driving that. So I'm actually flying at 4K right now on my screen, which is pretty impressive for that card, I think. But I still get stutters, I still get some issues. It's a lot better now than it was when the sim first came out. I can only imagine what 2024 will be like on it. Speaking of which, I'm going to Flight Sim Expo 2024 in June, so hoping to get a good look at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 when I'm there. That'll be pretty good. Let's just pop down here. Transition is going to be 14,000 feet. QNH 1019. Make sure that's set up. Yeah, we're going to do a full flaps landing. And winds 27046, well, that's current. Alright, so that is all good. Ready for a descent? Back now, what are you doing way off to the right? What are you talking about? I'm right on track. See, you're right behind me. Everything is fine. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, since we got no weather ahead and everything is looking good, we're going to come in here. We're going to switch back over to train on my side. See a few of the scattered islands in the area. And everything is looking good. I find that this alters as you get closer to become more realistic. You can see the airport's way out in the water. It's actually up here on the edge of the island. That's all good there, and you can go back over to weather on your side. Not that we're expecting any weather. You beg to differ, see your screenshot. I'm not over there. I don't know. You better get your TCAS looked at, mister. Set him over to below. We're almost there as well. And set set ours to below. Once we hit Rurik, we'll go into VNAV. That'll give us VNAV path and get us ready for our descent. And we are 59 miles from the airport. 3.2. There we go. There's the turn. VNAV is set. Second now. There we go. There's our marker. VNAV path. There we go. So we're going to bring the engines back. Get her to the point where she's going to sit around 200.
Amami, traffic, contact 19 leaving level 200 1900. Remember the Arn Voodoo runway 2. Okay, Arn of Yankee runway 2, 153.
Oh, you're doing the Yankee. In Amami area traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 180, inbound for the Arnav Zulu, runway 21, Amami. Amami, not Amani. Alright, let's go over to 40 miles. And again, we want to try to get her down to that 200 on the speed. So below 185, we can go flaps 1. Looking at my distances, we're probably going to do that when we get to I-more, and then we'll reduce further from there. Bring that back. See if I can put one engine into manual and one in idle, and see if that'll hold me at 200. Close. There we go. So we're going to be descending through 14,000 feet, so we might as well set in our barrow now. So we want 1019. There we go. That is set. And cross-checked. And speed 203, looking good. I have to be odd. I can do what I want. Alright. We are looking good as we're coming down. Okay, we got that wind that's starting to decrease. Looks like we're not seeing a sunrise this morning. Just 204. So descent destination weather we've obtained, arrival data is set and checked. Automatic torque, we leave it in. Radios are set. Engine and wing NTX not required. FCP, we're all set up there. Landing elevation is auto. It is 14 feet. Minimums are set, 600 as our decision height. Approach, missed approach, we've briefed. We're going to be doing a straight in R now for runway 21. Missed approach is going to be climb to Kilo Alpha 150, then a right-hand turn out to the Kiora VOR, or Kiora nav point, hold. We're through transition. We're on local pressure. There's 13,000 feet. We'll get the seatbelt signs back on in the back. Crew can start getting everything ready for arrival. Pax hasn't crashed yet, so hopefully it sticks with us for the rest of the flight. Once we hit Tumji, we'll go into our approach mode, which will bring us in on the RNAV. These winds are down to 28 knots. Not quite seeing anything out the front yet. There's 57 minutes into the flight, and as I mentioned, our airtime was 1 hour and 11, so we're pretty much on schedule.
Amami traffic, contact 1 minute, runway 25 miles, Tumgi, by level 1, correction, cloud has negative force, we're able to on Yankee, we made 2-1.
We saw this when we flew into Miyazaki as we zoomed in. The airport moved until it was over land. It's 206 knots. There's 10,000 feet. Landing lights on, the logo, wing lights.
We have begun our final
Putting the taxi light on, I find the landing lights don't give enough.
Select any track one final time. Please make sure tray tables are stowed and secure in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat luggage.
In the end, we're going basically no pattern. We're just straight in on the arrival. So we're 9.5 miles to Tumji. And we're at 9,300 feet. Knots. Distance is 10, 15, almost 20 miles. Alright, we're going to start slowing up now. I'm going to bring the other engine back into idle. Get the speed down to about 180. Get out the first notch of flaps. Is that limit. We're going to hold between 170 and 180, so I'll set 175. And first notch of flaps is now out. All the lights are on, cabin is notified, seatbelt signs are on, everything looks clear. And we are 22 miles from the airport. There's that speed coming down because of those flaps. We'll bring the power up.
Amami traffic contact 1 and currently 10 miles from the we're at 7,400 feet.
Yeah, still tracking behind. And there we go. So approach mode is on. VNAV path is set. The final path is armed. Amami area traffic, Skyways 5556 overhead, Tongi descending through 6,300. Inbound RNAV Zulu runway 21. Got the airport in sight. Right there, there's the island. There's the airport. We're just going to be flying straight in. Everything is looking good. It's gear and flaps and on speed. We're at 175. We'll reduce speed at a more thanks, Summermolf. At the moment with this thing, I just try not to scratch the belly or scratch the tail strike it. It's not easy to do. I mean, actually, tail striking is fairly easy to do. That's why it's a pain. So 150 is our next target. So we'll go to 140, 150. We can go flaps too. Oh, the music's still on? I always forget that. Thanks. I can't hear it, so I kind of forget it's going. Well, thanks for letting me know. Alright, what are we, 2.5 miles out? Alright, we'll start letting the speed reduce. And we are 12 miles from the airport. Yeah, no music at all. Much better. Alright, we're down to 160.
Amami traffic contact 1 overhead Tongi 3,600 Rainbow City on Yankee runway 21.
There's our next waypoint. A little bit of a bounce as we flip to the next place. Wish it was smooth, done smoother. Amami traffic, Skyways 5556, 10 miles established, RNAV Zulu, runway 21, Amami. Alright, let's get that speed coming back. Low 160, gear down. Gear down 3 green. We're going to be landing at about 100. So if you look over here, we go to our performance. It's got our approach speed of 107. We're going to land at about 110, and then we'll just float it slightly and then put her down. Go around speed of 120. And once we're down, we're going to be exiting to the right. Alright, so altimeters are set, final checks, landing belts, seatbelts are on, initial approach. Approach mode is active, power management is set now to takeoff. Flaps are coming in, approach mode is armed, glide is good, and 6 miles. We're below 150, so flaps full, set for landing. Bring that power up. We're on VNAV path, so we're going to set our altitude to 3,500 for the go around. $1,600 feet to go. Slowly easing that speed down. We're 120, 5 miles to go. It's actually less than that because that's where the VOR is, not the runway. Amami area traffic, Skyways 5556, short final 3 miles, runway 21, Amami. See the airport there right beside the island. Again, another one they seem to have built out into the water. It's all good. 900 feet. Just waiting for the decision light to come up. Want to see what it gives me. Alright, start bringing that speed down. Get her stable. Down to about 110.
Approaching decision height.
Ah, nice. Autopilot off, I have control.
Decision height.
Continue. It's 118. Slightly low, but that's fine. Dealing with that wind. Thank you, Molly. Molly is acknowledging 500-foot call out. 116 feet. A little bit of trim. Winds have died and they're pretty good. Just holding it off. There's the beach. You can see the water. It's 112. Still coming back.
$200.
111, 200 feet. There's the beach.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
So it's down, reversers. It's 50 knots, manual braking. We're going to get off here at Tango 3.
Gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 6:10 a.m. and it's currently about 60 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices.
Amami, I think I'll take one fully established on the number 2,
Stop and
127.
signs are turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us.
And the Amami area traffic, Skyways 5556, clear runway 21 at Tango 3, taxiing to the apron. Let's see where it wants to put us. 4 gates are suitable. Let's go to gate 3. No idea where it is. ANA can do it, that's fine. We'll get the flaps up. Looks like it's over there. Okay, Lemon Wolf, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's 3. See, Kevin was coming in. We're going to turn here. And we can kill the lights. Head for our marshaller. Alrighty, looking good. And here we are. So let's get the parking brake set. We'll make sure they get the wheel chocks and ground power in and connected. We'll pop up top, turn that on, we'll bring the engines down into FTR mode, and while we wait for them to spool down, see Kevin coming in. Yeah, this is the FlightSim.to little add-on airport. Looks very nice. Gives it a little bit of flavor. Alright, we're going to shut down the engines. There we go. There's Kevin coming in. Nicely done. Alright, so engine conditions, prop brake. We're not using the prop brake, that's fine. We'll turn on the dome. Beacon light can come off. Nav and logo will stay on. These are all off. DC power is connected. Seatbelt signs can come off. Engine shut down. Fuel pumps are off. The O2 will come off. And we get the cargo and the doors open.
The boarding requested.
And everyone can get off the aircraft.
1 minute here, runway 21 at Tango 3, taking straight ahead to descend.
There we go. So while Kevin's coming in and the crew gets ready to disembark everybody off the aircraft, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow, 1400 Zulu. We'll be flying the 737-700 up in Canada as we continue with our Tour of Canada series there. Hope you enjoyed. Kevin, thanks for flying along. For everybody in chat, thanks for hanging out and watching. And we will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.
Passengers, the boarding started.